So, so there is in near where I live, there is one small lane that connects two roads, and two cars. I mean, it's a two-way lane, but two cars can barely pass each other. Um, it's just you have sometimes you have to take your side mirror in, and the other car also has to take their side mirror in, and only then you can pass. And in this narrow lane, which is popularly known around here as Hanuman Gali, in that lane, practically on the road, is a small little temple. It's the cutest, smallest little temple that you can ever find. So दो गाड़ी की जगह भी नहीं है. So you can't pass where the temple is. You have to pass the other car coming opposite side, either before the temple or after the temple. And the temple is just literally, the temple is a hole in the wall. Inside the hole is one is हनुमान जी की प्रतिमा है, मूर्ति है, और एक छोटा सा शिवलिंग है, और साइड में एक शीतला माँ का एक एक मूर्ति है, एक पत्थर जैसा जिसपे. तो ये मंदिर, आई must have passed by this mandir in my life maybe 1,000 times, because maybe more, because it is right around the corner. It's near where both my sisters live, near that lane. So वो गली में तो आना जाना सालों साल रहा है. सालों साल यानी बचपन से ही मान लो, वो गली में से हम आते जाते रहते हैं. और मैंने कभी खास ध्यान नहीं दिया इस मंदिर को. तो कल रात, so there is one guy who practically lives there. बाबा जी बुलाते हैं उनको सब. आज ही मुझे पता चला, परशुराम बाबा. तो परशुराम बाबा वहीं रहते हैं रास्ते के ऊपर. ये पतली गली पे ये 5 स्क्वायर फुट का मंदिर है. उन पे एक 2 स्क्वायर फुट का उनका एक छोटा सा डब्बा रहता है. उस पे वो रहते हैं, वहीं सोते हैं, वहीं खाते हैं, पीते हैं, और सब उनका वहीं चलता है. कभी कभी घर जाते होंगे, पता नहीं, लेकिन वो वहीं पे है since 1970. And now 50 years later he is still there, the same person, and I've passed him, and I've never talked to him, never stopped at that temple, and just driving by all these years 1,000 times. So yesterday I had a dream, uh, and in the dream there was a temple, and in the temple there was a priest, and I was like, and it was a Hanumanji ka temple, same Hanuman ka temple, and the person who was there, I was like surprised. मैं तो कभी यहाँ आया नहीं कभी. तो बोले कि नहीं, आपको खास बुलाया है. मैंने बोला अच्छा ठीक है, क्या बात है. बोला कि ये जो प्रीस्ट है यहाँ बहुत साल से है, अभी उम्र हो गई है उनकी, तो उनके बाद ये मंदिर का क्या होगा. सो उसको आपको देखना है. So I woke up knowing about this message, and I said, Hanuman Mandir, which I know, which is not in good shape and which needs somebody to take care. And I said, oh, that must be this mandir only. Yehi hoga, ye patla gali wala mandir. Because I realized, yeah, I mean, that guy has been there since forever. And I said, who in this day and age is going to agree to practically live on the road with no roof above Just there's a tree, and there's no roof above, and there's no tiling, no floor below. It's just the road and the hole in the wall temple. I said, in this generation, I think, how are we ever going to find one of the new generation to spend their time on the road like this? So I was just had that thought, and today I had gone to visit somebody, and then on the way back I was going the opposite way, and I said, अरे ये रास्ते से जाते हैं क्योंकि वो पतली गली वाला रास्ता है. So even though it was opposite direction, I went that way, and I stopped. I parked the car, and I went. I did darshan, got prasad, and then of course I started chatting with the that priest, and I asked him his name for the first time, and said Parsuram, but log mujhe Baba ji bolte hain. तो एक बात तो है कि ये प्रसाद जो दिया उन्होंने, कोकोनट पीसेस, you cannot imagine how sweet that coconut pieces were. I've never ever had dry raw coconut pieces that were so sweet. It was amazing. I've never had. And he just broke that coconut and he gave me, so it is not like he put some sugar or something. It was sweetest coconut I've ever tasted in my life. It was amazing, amazing coconut. But that apart, so we just started chatting, and he said, yeah, मेरा बेटा तो इधर बैठेगा नहीं, वो तो क्योंकि यहाँ पे कोई ना कोई जगह है, ना कोई बाथरूम है, ना कुछ. Then he said, लेकिन अभी कुछ करना होगा, कुछ करेंगे, यहाँ तो ये चलना पड़ेगा क्योंकि मेरी अब उम्र होने लगी है. I'm almost 75 years old. No, 70. Yeah, 75 years old. He has been there since he was 18 years old or 20 years old or something. And now he's 75. So incredible devotion and all that. So yep, it's a dilemma. It's a challenge, but kuch na kuch ho jayega. Jai Bajrang Bali. So so it was an interesting experience for me. And he shared some interesting stories, because once we started talking, he was telling about people seeing visions and things clearing up and all that stuff. And so we shall see what it means and what happens. But Hanumanji has been somehow showing up in my space since the last 1 month for, and I've been reading up on his character, what he symbolizes. And in the Sanatan Dharma and in Advaita, everything is symbolic. Whether there was a real person called Hanuman or a real entity or not, is unknown. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. But certainly, what definitely exists is the qualities that Hanuman represents: the qualities of innocence, the qualities of surrenderfulness, the qualities of devotion, the qualities of simply serving without questioning. Those qualities are definitely there. And the symbolism is very, very poignant, because it symbolizes the message is that if you want to be close to Ram, in other words, you want to be close to the divine, then one readily available and easy way is the way of Hanuman, which is the way of serving, which is the way of surrender. So that is a real message of Hanuman, and is about being innocent, not necessarily knowing much, but feeling a lot, feeling a lot, not necessarily thinking a lot, but feeling a lot, and feeling of love, feeling of surrenderfulness, feeling of simply serving for for the love of divine. And in that surrenderfulness state, a lot of magic happens. And actually, in with all the activity in Open Door, what we are doing, everything is just multiplying now, in terms of scope, in terms of the retreat, in terms of the sessions that are now, seminars are planned. There are almost 6 or 7 seminars that are already scheduled over the next few weeks. There is one coming up in Rajkot, which is a new one on the 27th of January, where some people who are trustees of big colleges, totaling up to 13 colleges, almost 25,000 students, are going to be present at that event in Rajkot. And he's a nephew of the current Chief Minister of Gujarat, and also very close to the education ministry and all of that. So sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. There's no stopping us, because this knowledge, I mean, how many articles we are reading in the newspapers these days about students taking very, very extreme steps. So many articles, so many places all over, we are hearing about young and old, I mean, younger and the older students, all taking extreme steps. So this is a very urgent mission, to reach these kids and say, listen, stop, don't take life so seriously. Life is an adventure to be lived, uh, not a burden or a problem to be solved. And it's because I think the emotions of depression, sadness, and all that kind of take over, and they can't find a way out of it. And they need to be told that you are neither the thought nor the feelings. So, yeah, colleges are going to be later on, but 29th is about 200 people, including these very well connected trustees and connected to the ministry and all that. And that can lead later on to thousands of students everywhere. So it's all happening. And I think that momentum shift has started ever since I've started to understand this understanding of surrenderfulness, of simply saying, okay, thine will be done. You use my services, my talent, my voice, my words, my thoughts, in whatever way, whatever ways is in the best, is the best for everyone. So that is the interesting part. um, but on this subject of feelings, of these, that extreme feelings of all kinds, I mean, there are feelings that serve you, of joy and of happiness and of enthusiasm, excitement, and there are feelings that don't serve you, of nervousness and fear, anger, all kinds of, both extremes are there. And so one of the questions that someone asked me, we were talking about how feelings give you the compass of where you are, where what where how closely you are connected with your true self, how close you are to the divine source of all that there is. Feelings tell you how close you are. It's like a compass. It tells you whether you're close or you're far. Ultimately, there is no distance. Ultimately, you're never far, you're never too close, you are that. Ultimately, that is true. But अंशिक सत्य, ये परम सत्य तो वही है कि आप ही वही हो। तो आप, तो कौन सी दूरी और कौन सी नजदीकियां, कोई प्रश्न ही नहीं है। लेकिन वो परम सत्य है। आंशिक सत्य ये है कि हम इस शरीर को लेकर, ये सपने सपने को लेकर, ये गेम कहो, सपना कहो, आ, आ, या एक खेल प्ले कहो, एक नाटक कहो, थिएटर कहो, ये जो उसमें जो हम रोल कर रहे हैं, उसमें ये प्रश्न आता है। और उसमें हम समझ सकते हैं कि जब ये कैरेक्टर जो है, ये एक्टर जो है, जब वैसी अनुभूतियों को अनुभव करता है, जैसे डिप्रेशन, सॉरो, एंगर, फियर, तो वो अपने आप को अपने आप से दूर या अलग महसूस करता है। और जब प्रेम, एक्साइटमेंट, एंथुजियाज्म, ये फीलिंग्स है, तभी अपने आप को नज़दीक अनुभव करता है, नज़दीक समझता है। So the question that was asked, actually, so we were talking about कि कैसे हम इस एनर्जीज को लेकर, हम क्यों ना हम अपने आप को जो सर्व करता है, उन उन भावनाओं के साथ रहें, उन भावनाओं के को लेकर रहें। और there was one very interesting article which one psychologist posted today for how to come out of whenever you're feeling nervous. If you're feeling nervous, a very simple way to come out of feeling nervous, and simply, अभी नर्वस यानी क्या होता है? नर्वस, जब आप नर्वस, मान लो एक जगह पे, एक किसी अवसर पर आप नर्वस फील कर रहे हो, कोई इंपॉर्टेंट व्यक्ति से मिलने वाले हो, या बहुत बड़ा ऑडियंस है, या कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट बातें होने वाली है और पता नहीं क्या होगा, या डॉक्टर को मिलने जाने वाले हो, टेस्ट का रिजल्ट क्या होगा, कोई भी कारण से, या यू आर अबाउट टू एड्रेस सम, सम मीटिंग और समथिंग लाइक दैट, एंड यू आर फीलिंग नर्वस। सो क्या होता है उसमें? नर्वस फीलिंग यानी क्या? सो दे मे बी सम सेंसेशन ऑफ, लाइक बटरफ्लाइज इन द स्टमक, कुछ पेट में कुछ गुदगुदी होती है, पाम्स में गेट स्वेटी, सांसें, हो सकता है ब्रेथ रेट बढ़ जाएगी, पसीना हो रहा है ज़्यादा, नॉर्मल से ज़्यादा, टेम्परेचर के अनुसार नहीं, लेकिन आपके अनुसार वो पसीने की ज़रूरत नहीं है शरीर को, फिर भी पसीना ज़्यादा हो रहा है। तो ऐसी धड़कनें बढ़ जाती है, सांस बढ़ जाती है, पल्स रेट बढ़ जाता है, क्लैमी फीलिंग इन द हैंड्स, नॉट इन द स्टमक, और बटरफ्लाइज इन द स्टमक। ये है डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दिस फीलिंग कॉल्ड आई एम फीलिंग नर्वस। सो द सिंपलेस्ट वे टू कम आउट ऑफ इट, द इंट्यूटिव और समटाइम्स, मतलब कॉमन सेंस से हम बोलेंगे, आप अपने आप को कहेंगे कि काम डाउन, काम डाउन, काम डाउन, इट्स ओके, इट्स ऑल राइट, जो भी है ठीक है, यू विल से टू योर सेल्फ काम डाउन। दैट इज द कॉमन सेंस वे। बट दिस psychologist suggested a very interesting, they call it a hack these days, or a shortcut. Interesting hack is that instead of saying I'm nervous, just say I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. क्योंकि when you are excited, what is the actual experience? What is going on in the body? क्लैमी, मोर पसीना, हार्ट रेट बढ़ रहा है, ये धड़कन बढ़ रही है, सांसें बढ़ रही है, पसीना हो रहा है, पेट में गुदगुदी हो रही है। मान लो आप बहुत ही किसी फेवरेट पर्सन को मिलने वाले हो, और यही सब होगा, यही सेंसेशन, सेम एग्जैक्ट सेंसेशंस इन द बॉडी, पेट में गुदगुदी, पसीना, एवरीथिंग सेम। सो now with the same set of input and signal, you have decided कि I am nervous, तो सेम सिग्नल को लेकर व्हाट स्टॉप्स यू फ्रॉम सेइंग आई एम एक्साइटेड? सिग्नल तो वही है. तो वही सिग्नल को लेके इफ यू से आई एम एक्साइटेड, then the emotion doesn't have to change, the sensation doesn't have to change, you don't have to calm down, you don't have to, your breath needs to, doesn't, nothing needs to happen, but the same experience of that same set of signals completely reverses, completely changes, completely transforms. So so the question somebody asked me is कि ये आप emotions की बात कर रहे हो, you know, this is a very intelligent, knowledgeable person who was asking me this, कि मैंने आज तक feeling को कोई ध्यान नहीं दिया है. I've been thinking all my life, I have many thoughts and I know so much and I am just fine. सब ठीक चल रहा है मेरा. Why do you want, why do I have to look at how I'm feeling? जरूरत ही क्या है? So this is a very interesting question. So thoughts are important or feelings are important? That is the question. So he said, I've done fine. Man, you know, he's a very scholarly person, very knowledgeable, successful, very successful. And he's saying, I have only been thinking and I've had thoughts. मैंने feelings को देखा भी नहीं. और आजकल आप पूछ रहे हो, हर रोज पूछ रहे हो, हमेशा पूछ रहे हो, how does it make you feel? Whenever, you know, there are decisions to be made and whenever there is any kind of conflict, the question I have been asking lately is, how are you feeling? And his question was now back to me कि ये feeling क्या कर रहे हो यार? थॉट से मेरा तो जिंदगी आज तक मैं 60 साल से जी रहा हूँ आराम से थॉट्स को लेकर, ये फीलिंग वाली क्या बात है? जरूरत ही क्या है? सो दिस वाज द क्वेश्चन. सो परसी है या छो के हमारी साथ है? परसी मेडिटेशन में चले गए. चलो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. सो द क्वेश्चन इज, what is more important, thoughts or feelings? So Purushottam ji bol rahe feelings. So how many of you say, okay, thoughts के लिए thumbs up दो? What is important? Thoughts के लिए thumbs up कोई है? Thoughts are more important than feelings? No, दोनों तो है, दोनों important है, वो तो पता ही, वरना ये द्विधा ही नहीं होती, वरना ये चर्चा का कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. दोनों important है, पता है. What is more important, thoughts or feelings? Feelings. How many people are saying feelings? Jennifer ji, Sandhya Ben, Nancy, Purushottam ji. Sonal is saying thoughts. Then feelings. Pandey ji bol rahe feelings. Okay. Nilima ji, feelings ही बोला. Okay. Rushali, thoughts. Okay, so there are a few thought wale. Rajesh, Archana, thoughts, feelings.
Both are same.
सेम तो नहीं है भैया, अलग है. वो डिप्लोमेटिक वाला आंसर मत देना. हेड्स आई विन, टेल्स यू लूज.
अभी आपने दिया ना उसका आंसर इतना अच्छा से, और
आंसर वो आंसर
वही तो समझा रहे थे आप. यू आर जस्ट अंडर, अभी तो वही हमको.
Actually, I joined late, so I missed.
नहीं, ओके, वो बैकग्राउंड बाकी छोड़ दो. स्ट्रेट क्वेश्चन फॉर यू, व्हाट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, थॉट्स और फीलिंग्स? In life, what is more important, thoughts or feelings? Thoughts, okay.
Actually, your feelings never lie to you because the body properly makes you feel.
Yes.
The feelings never lie to you. Your thoughts can be mixed up with your ego.
ये थोड़ा debatable है. I'll give you an example. Debatable है. I'll give you an example. Let's say आप एक किसी एकांत जगह में, किसी in a dark house, you are by yourself at night for some reason, and रात को सो रहे हैं और आवाज आती है.
Again, in external stimulation जब होता है तो of course the thoughts can be more important.
No, no, no. Hold on. Let me finish the example.
Okay, finish.
So you hear this sound of something opening, a door or a window or something opening, and then you hear it shut also. And what is the emotion? You'll get an emotion called fear. You'll have fear in your mind. अरे बाप रे, ये क्या आ गया, कौन आ गया, मैं तो अकेली हूँ यहाँ पर. I don't know who it is, and I don't even dare to
When
turn.
thoughts come, then only fear comes.
No, fear can come without the thought. You hear the sound and the fear will start right away. You hear the sound, fear. Boom, करके you उठ जाएंगे आप, and you're feeling fear, your heartbeat goes up, everything. Same as whatever the fear response. And you're in a fight or flight mode. I remember once that we were all cousins sleeping on one bed. We were children, maybe 5-6 years old. And in the middle of the night, one of my cousins, we were 3 boys on the bed, and he woke me up and said, "Sanjeev, palang ke niche koi to hai." I said, "Really?" हाँ, देख, वो कोई तो है ही है. So then I woke up the third guy. We all are awake, slowly sitting on the bed. कोई है. And every time we moved, the bed would creak. देखा है. Because every movement was causing the bed to creak, and we said, कोई तो है. So then क्या करें? तो आइडिया करते हैं. ओके, क्या है आसपास? बोला, मेरे पास पेन है, पेन. बोला ओके. तो वो मेरा दूसरा कजिन ने बोला, अच्छा ठीक है, मैं यहाँ से एक तकिया फेंकता हूँ नीचे, वो तकिए वो दूसरी साइड से आएगा, तू पेन लेके तैयार रखना. पेन लेके उसको यू स्टैब द गाय, हुआ जो भी बंदा निकलेगा बाहर, उसको तू पेन दबा देना उसके ऊपर. As you can imagine, all we had at the end of the whole adventure was one ink stained pillow. क्योंकि पिलो इस तरफ से डाला, पिलो ही दूसरी तरफ से बाहर आया, कुछ आया नहीं. नो एनिमल, नो रैट, नथिंग केम, ओनली पिलो के पिलो में डैंग करके डाल दिया पेन, पूरा इंक वाला. so this is, so going back to that example, so you will experience fear, but then supposing you get the courage to turn on the light and you see that, oh, it's just the window that was left open, and the wind is blowing the window here and there, flapping it and making it slowly go dick tak tuk tak, jo bhi ho raha hai, and you say and then you say that's it, and you're done, and the fear is no more present. So I wouldn't say that that emotions are always telling you the truth. They are a sort of a compass. They are a good compass, but they are like any instrument. It has its thoda sa limitations hai. But so the question to me was, ki what is more important? So here's what I told him, ki imagine कि आप जो भी कर रहे हैं लाइफ में, if let's say we were all just robots have no emotions, they just have thoughts, they have logic, they have reasoning, they can think, they can take an input and make a conclusion, take action, do everything. They can do everything without any emotion. And we were talking about being in a company, making strategic decisions and things like that. So if we were all robots and the profit of the company went from, say, 100 crores to 1,000 crores, would it make any difference to anybody, to any of the rover? Kya farak padta tha? It would make absolutely no difference. So without the emotional content, without the understanding, without the emotion involved with feeling the joy, what difference does it make? That's what makes the difference. It's the feelings that makes the world go round. It's the feelings that makes, Argentina, you saw the crowd celebrating on the streets of Argentina. It's the feeling, the thought, okay, goal hua, ye hua, that's okay, but it's a feeling, wow. That feeling is what brings people to the road and to the street and to celebrate. But that reminded me of another joke that somebody sent me on this football thing. तो वो वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल के लिए एक बंदा जाता है, स्टेडियम में बैठा है और देखता है कि उसके बीच वाली सीट एम्प्टी है और उसके बाद एक बंदा बैठा है। तो बोल रहा है, यार वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल में एम्प्टी सीट कैसे हो सकता है? एक तो मिलती नहीं टिकट है और मिली है किसी को और वो आए कैसे नहीं? तो वो जो बंदा उधर बैठा था उसको पूछता है कि अरे ये एम्प्टी सीट, ये एम्प्टी सीट कैसे है? बोले नहीं, यू सी आई बीन watching the World Cup final, all the last 5 World Cup finals I have watched with my wife, but she's no more. So acha, he says, very very wonderful gesture ki aap in honor of your wife you have kept this one empty seat just as a memory. He says yes, and he says but what about, मतलब इतनी डिमांड में है सीट, किसी भतीजे को, भांजे को, दोस्त को, किसी को तो ले आते साथ में, वो कम से कम ये सीट तो यूज तो हो जाती। बोलता है नहीं, एवरीवन इज एट हर फ्यूनरल। In other words, वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल जो भी हो जाए वो तो नहीं छोड़ेंगे, वो नहीं छोड़ेंगे, because that feeling of euphoria. In fact, I remember one, I think I shared with you when I was in New York about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I had gone to watch a baseball match at the Yankee Stadium. And game तो वहाँ चल रही थी, but for me, cricket of course most important, second important tennis, third important football, and baseball मेरे लिए ठीक है। So मेरा उतना इंटरेस्ट नहीं था गेम में, but I was anyway there and enjoying it. But in the middle of the game, I happened to turn around and look at the crowd and just hear the crowd. और मैंने कहा यार असली गेम तो यहाँ चल रही है. Thousands of people laughing, thousands of people joyous, thousands of people going yeah, thousands of people in extreme ecstasy. And so many of them all around the stadium, full stadium. You know, that's really where the show is. वो 8 बंदे नीचे क्या कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, अच्छा, it's important, but this is the real thing. And imagine with this World Cup, all of those thousands of fans there and the millions of people around the world all jumping with ecstasy and going through all these roller coaster rides of emotions. That's where the real action is, not just in the middle of the ground. In the middle of the ground important, but and as a bahana hai, wo bahana hai to experience this unbridled joy. You know, it's such a small thing, ek ball yahan se wahan gaya, ki farak penda hai yaro, but what it means and what it creates, look at the amount of joy and ecstasy that it has created in millions of people around the world.
Sanjivji,
Yes.
Sonal has asked a question. Sir, how feeling can come without thought?
Feeling can come without, how feeling can come without thought? Yeah, but you can have thought without feeling. Thoughts you can have without feeling. You can have many thoughts, no feeling. But yeah, you cannot have feeling without thought. But
Thought is important.
no, thought is the common denominator, yeah. But for example, let's take an animal like...
No, I don't agree, sir. I
हाँ,
don't agree. Actually, feelings are spontaneous. They are just like अपना जो flash action reflex action होता है ना, जैसे आपने कहा ना fear is the fundamental feeling, fundamental, जो basic कब से चला आ रहा हमारे जो primitive mind से. तो thought actually follows the feeling.
possible.
Yes. It's possible.
Yeah. So for example, even
It's
even-
the other way around.
no, it's
No.
No, they may
Psychology
be.
says no. This fear is the basic thing.
Yeah. Emotions can happen
Fear and
without
love.
thoughts
Fear and love
also.
से ही सारी चीजें सारे वो आते हैं.
Correct.
Either love or feeling.
अच्छा फीलिंग जो है उसने कहा ना एकदम स्पॉन्टेनियस है. अभी कभी गोल मारा तो थोड़ी ना.
हाँ, exactly,
गोल मारेगा और
exactly.
फिर I will,
Yeah,
तो
there
हो
is
गया
no.
और थॉट आने के पहले ही हम लोग ने एंजॉय कर लिया. So there are so many
Yeah.
moments in that way कि without thinking वो हो जाते हैं. On the way भी मैं कभी भी जाती हूँ. I don't think, just drive करती हूँ. ड्राइव करते हुए कितने एक्सपीरियंस आते हैं. थोड़ी ना सोच के हम ड्राइविंग करते हैं. It's like that.
बिना सोचे ड्राइव करोगे तो क्या होएगा फिर?
ड्राइविंग after that some mechanism होता है ना
No,
सोचने
no,
का.
I don't
Automatic.
agree to it. I don't agree to it.
No, that's okay. That's
The
okay.
thought is very important, without which you can't have feelings.
Thought is very important, no doubt. Without thought, we can be ultimately see. So this was the debate that I was also having in my mind. Which one is more important? Which one is more important? Which one is more important? And of course, like every one of you said, both are important in their own way. But what is the difference? The difference is, it is like the ship of life needs both a compass and an engine. If you are just going here and there with your engine called thought, with no direction, no purpose, no emotion, no compass, then it's a useless, very wasted journey. At the same time, you have a compass and you want to go in a certain direction, but you don't have an engine called thought. You'll have a very nice compass, but you won't get anywhere either. So the same role that these two play in a ship is what is similar to how it is for us in life. The thought is what takes you from one place to another. You cannot even lift your phone or talk or anything without a thought. But what is the whole point? Unless you have a compass of what I'm speaking about, what I'm speaking for, what is the purpose, where am I going? And without knowing where you're going, and the compass to tell you, are you going in the right direction or the wrong direction? That your feelings are going to tell you. If you are experiencing jealousy, if you're experiencing anger, if you're experiencing fears, you've missed a turn and you're going in the wrong direction. If you're feeling ecstasy, if you're feeling happy, if you're feeling joyous, if you're feeling light, then you're probably going in the right direction. These are not 100% instruments. Like we said, the fear can also be valid. It can be telling you that you're going in the direction you need to go, but aage khatra hai. The fear can be telling you that. Your engine called thought doesn't know anything about this. वो तो सिर्फ अपना काम करेगा, आपको जहाँ जाना है वहाँ ले जाएगा, energy देगा. But direction comes from the compass, which is your feelings. So both are important, no doubt, but understand the difference in the quality of the two energies. So you cannot, Sonal, you cannot abandon emotion and say, I will only go with thought. Because thoughts without a compass will not take you in the direction where you want to go.
But feelings
and the same way, only thinking, only feeling, and no energy, no direction. I mean, you have the direction but no movement. Again, you're stuck. So both ways, one without the other is stuck. But realizing the qualities, what must we do is the question. How do we live? We use our emotions to tell us, to guide us. Are we on the right track? Am I on the right track? Am I on the right track? Check with your emotions. How am I feeling? How am I feeling? How am I feeling? If you're feeling compass is telling you kuch gadbad hai, then you have to reset, rethink, and change the direction. And if you're not paying attention to your feelings, again, you'll be just simply wasting fuel, wasting energy, wasting time. And then once you get the right direction and the right feeling, put your thoughts into action. Because ultimately, thoughts represent intelligence. This whole universe operates on divine intelligence. The underlying basis is nothingness, is love. But what makes it go? What makes it go? The divine intelligence of the body, the intelligence of the stars, the intelligence in every single atom is what makes it work. So, कुछ लोग एक तरफ रह के अटक जाते हैं, where only thought, no feeling. क्या जिए तो क्या जिए? And some people are only emotion. No amount of understanding, no amount of intelligence shakes them from some of their sometimes false beliefs. खतरा है, अरे यार रुक जाओ, कोई खतरा नहीं है. नहीं, 100 सांप मैंने देखे, 100 सांप देखे. वो पता है ना कहानी, बंदा दौड़ के आता है गांव में, 100 सांप मैंने उस पेड़ के नीचे देखे, वो पीपल के पेड़ के नीचे 100 सांप है. अरे बोलते नहीं यार वो अंधेरा था, वो सांप बाप नहीं होंगे. और 100 सांप कभी एक साथ होते हैं क्या? नहीं 50 तो जरूर थे, 50 जरूर थे. बोलते 50 भी कभी किसी ने नहीं देखा. मैं नहीं मैंने ठीक से देखा था, कम से कम 5 तो थे ही थे. वैसे करते वो आ जाता है.
Yes.
नहीं मैंने एक रस्सी तो जरूर देखी उधर. तो emotion without thought is like a crazy person. So you cannot just operate just on emotion. You must have intelligence and use intelligence, use thought. You cannot simply be on thought and intelligence and ignore the feelings, which is what really makes life worth living. So दोनों एक्सट्रीम को हमें छोड़कर ठीक बीच रास्ते से ठीक बीच में जाना है.
क्या बात है, बिल्कुल सही.
या एंड सो यही बात को लेकर अभी ये फुटबॉल का सीजन चल रहा है, ये वर्ल्ड कप वाला माहौल. सो आई रेड वन वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग आर्टिकल टुडे कि जो पेनल्टी किक्स होती है, आई डोंट नो इफ हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो अबाउट फुटबॉल, बट जो लास्ट में जो शूट आउट किक्स होती है, ऑल द प्लेयर्स आर ऑन द साइड, देयर इज ओनली गोलकीपर and the one opposite player, or that's it. Only between the person and the goal there's only goalkeeper, and he's not that far from the goal, and he kicks the goal in, and how many more you get out of 5, whoever gets more is the winner of the whole match. So abhi ye situation mein what they have found statistically and by a lot of experiments is that the goalkeeper's chances of saving the goal is highest when they stay in the center. Can you imagine? The center has the highest chance of success. And yet, in most of the matches, in most of the penalty shots, the goalkeeper always chooses one side or the other and does not stay in the center, which is so against what the science is telling us. So it's the same thing with thoughts and feelings. Stay in the center. Both are important, both are useful. Use the feelings as your compass, use the thoughts as your engine to take you from where you want to go to point A to point B. You cannot go without your engine. And whether to go to
नीति शास्त्र भी तो यही कहता है, मध्य मार्ग बेस्ट है.
राइट, वो अलग कॉन्टेक्स्ट में है. दैट इज इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ साधना और तपस्या and in general, but this is specifically on the middle path between thought and feeling. We are drilling down deeper कि थॉट और फीलिंग के भी दोनों के बीच में बिल्कुल अपने आप को रखना है और दोनों को ध्यान देना है. एंड और दिन में 2-3 बार पूछ लो अपने आप को, हाउ यू फीलिंग. हम एक दूसरे को मिलते हैं तब पूछते हैं ना, हाउ आर यू. वी डोंट से व्हाट आर यू थिंकिंग.
लेकिन पता नहीं, आप थोड़ा सा मुझे मार्गदर्शन करें. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि थॉट्स को थोड़ा सा शुड बी केप्ट एट बे, फीलिंग्स शुड बी गिवन इंपॉर्टेंस, एंड थॉट्स शुड बी गिवन इंपॉर्टेंस ओनली व्हेन देयर इज सम सॉर्ट ऑफ सेफ्टी एस्पेक्ट, सम सिक्योरिटी एस्पेक्ट इज देयर, और या कोई जैसे अपना जीवन में कई बार होता है ना, फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट होते हैं, सुरक्षा का एस्पेक्ट होता है, वहां पर थॉट्स को महत्व देना चाहिए। अन्यथा अगर हम फीलिंग्स को थोड़ा सा अलग उसमें रखें तो ज्यादा बेहतर होते हैं रिलेशनशिप, आपका मेंटल स्थिति सब ज्यादा अच्छी रहती है। इमोशंस को बहने देना ज्यादा बेहतर सा होता है।
हाँ, इन पर्सनल रिलेशंस वो एरिया में शायद feelings are more important than thoughts in relationships. In relationships, yes, but in creating something, in let's say in science, in mathematics, in physics, in biology, आपको research करना है, then your thoughts, your ideas are very important. New ideas, new way of thinking, new thought. So yeah, so I think we can go even deeper ki when you're talking about creation, business, strategy, then probably thought has to have more value in research and things like that. When you're talking about relationships with your child, your husband, your friends, more focus on feelings, because thought का उसका role कम है. क्या करोगे thought को लेकर? And when we meet somebody, we always say, how are you feeling? Why? Because the feeling is more important. We never ask somebody, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
हम लोग कहते हैं तो हाय क्या हाल है तेरे, बढ़िया, वो जो फीलिंग आती है ना उस
exactly.
थॉट नहीं आता।
So in the area of relationships, feelings का थोड़ा सा compass का ज्यादा महत्व है. In the area of research, in the area of creation, thought का थोड़ा सा ज्यादा है. Taking a strategy and putting it into action, thought चाहिए. You need a whole thought process, how to do it, what to do, what to say, how to speak. Those are all thoughts.
संजीव
then-
हमें
Sorry?
कोई थॉट आता है, कोई लॉजिकली काम करता है, थिंकिंग यूज करके, फिर भी दूसरा आदमी बोलता है आई डोंट फील दिस इज राइट, एंड फिर वो निकलता है।
एंड एवरी थॉट को जनरली
इसको इंट्यूशन बोलते हैं, लेकिन वो फीलिंग से बता रहा है कि आई डोंट थिंक दिस इज राइट।
So
क्या बात है माइक।
that's the right thing, right? That your engine is taking you in a certain direction and the compass is saying that आगे तो पहाड़ है, आगे तुम टकरा जाओगे.
Yeah.
So you have to listen to the compass and use the engine to steer away. So
बट दैट सर उसमें ये होता ही है ना थॉट्स, क्योंकि हम थॉट्स भी आने के बाद वी हैव टू थिंक ना कि किसको करना है, वी फील समथिंग, यू नो, व्हेन वी आर डूइंग सम क्रिएशन समथिंग, वी फील, उसको फील करते हैं, एंड देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स वी डू द एक्शन
Again-
विदाउट हम ऐसे लॉजिक, हाँ लॉजिक माइंड भी रहेगा तो यू व्हाई दैट साइंटिस्ट इज आल्सो थिंकिंग ना, इज दिस करेक्ट और नॉट.
he's
So what is
thinking.
that?
No, it
Thinking
again it depends on which field you're talking.
Situation. So both are
Not situation. It depends on which field. If
हाँ.
you're talking about a painting or a sculpture or a music, then again feeling will be
Yeah.
more important. How does it feel to you when you do this shape or this color or this size? There's no logic to it. But if you're talking about quantum physics,
Quantum
or if you-
physics is something different.
or
So
if you're
the
talking about
logic is
mathematics, then obviously then the thought,
Mhm.
your feeling is completely irrelevant. You may like zero, you may not like zero, but zero is zero. so it's all beautiful, it's all a mystery, it's all so great. It's all so great. Wonderful. But realizing at the end of the day, gone feeling you will hit back.
Why we are in the open door, why everyone is attached to open door with the feeling.
With the feelings, yeah. But there
अब
are some
तो बस
interest. But
तारों
some
की झनक सुनना है।
yeah.
जब झनकार है और फनकार है तो फिर क्या है, बाकी सब तो बेकार है।
बाकी सब देख बेकार है, क्या बात है।
यहाँ सब कलाकार है।
सब कलाकार।
क्या बात है।
Sanjivji and everyone, कवि कब से हाय बोल रहे हैं सबको?
Oh, sorry. Hi,
Oh,
Kavi.
that's
क्या
What are
है?
you eating?
wow.
I know he's waving his hand.
अच्छा,
सारे
Don't
लोग
touch-
थॉट्स पर लगे हुए थे, उसके फीलिंग को कोई ध्यान ही नहीं दिया।
ध्यान ही नहीं दे।
इतना प्यारा बच्चा।
What are you eating? Or are you? What is that bottle?
You know, he is our retreat partner.
Of course, moisturizer खा रहा है क्या बेचारा? What is that bottle, Nancy?
क्रीम का बॉटल है वो।
क्रीम का बॉटल खा नहीं रहा है ना?
मेरा क्वेश्चन बोलते ना आंसर।
Next time. तब तक
सर अभी बीच में दिस इज द मेन पॉइंट।
अरे वो मेन, सब मेन ही है। एवरीथिंग इज मेन, एवरीथिंग
इस
इज मेन।
झनकार को सुनिए, देखिए आपको जवाब मिलता है।
विदाउट आंसरिंग नहीं जाना।
अच्छा क्या है इसमें,
विदाउट
क्या क्वेश्चन?
आंसरिंग नहीं जाना।
अच्छा क्या?
सोनल
if
सुनिए।
somebody slaps you, what do you feel? Naturally bad. If you go on feeling, you will hit back. अरे you may hit back, you may not hit back. You may go on feeling, you may think it's a good idea. You may decide not to hit back because if you hit back, he may give you two. I mean, there are so many ifs, ands or buts. कोई formula थोड़ी है कि
फीलिंग्स एंड थॉट्स में सर व्हेन यू रिएक्ट एंड यू रिस्पॉन्ड, तो कौन सा होता है? रिएक्शन और रिस्पॉन्ड में फर्क होता है ना। तो थॉट से आप यू विल स्टॉप, यू विल नॉट गो अहेड विद हिटिंग बैक,
correct.
and then if you go by feeling you will give two more. Then that's what I'm trying to tell you. Thoughts
I
are
know.
more important.
Ultimately, knowledge
Without
is
thinking, if we go ahead, we'll become terrorists then.
correct. Ultimately, knowledge.
वहां भी सोनल देखिए, वहां भी आपको ये फीलिंग आ रहा है कि यार वो जब मारता है कोई तो कैसी फीलिंग आती है, और उस फीलिंग के आधार पर निर्णय लेते हैं। क्या बात है।
और पर आप उसको सिर्फ दो, आप उसके वापस दोगे ना। आप
ना वो
अगर
इसलिए
उसने
वापस
आपके
नहीं मारेगा
काम की-
क्योंकि उसको फीलिंग का ख्याल आ गया
नहीं
कि
नहीं,
यार
आप
मारने पे कैसा फील होता है।
रिएक्शन करोगे पांडे जी, अब अगर आप रिएक्शन करोगे तो आप उसके दो मार के दोगे, लेकिन अगर आप रिस्पॉन्ड करोगे तो डेफिनेटली दिमाग लगाओगे ना। तो जब दिमाग लगाओगे तो थॉट आया ना आपको।
वो दिमाग इज गाइडेड बाय द फीलिंग ऑफ दैट फियर,
is guided by
वो भी।
it. Yeah.
No,
So
it is
no. There's let
लीव अपार्ट द जोक, म्यूजिक सुनो आप, देखिए क्या काम आता है, पता चल जाएगा क्या सही है।
of course, the most important answer in all of this is who is the thinker and who is the feeler. What is the thinker? That is where both merge, both become one. Whether you go from thought, you go from feeling, what is more important than both is the thinker. What is more important than feeling is the feeler. And the thinker and the feeler are one. It is only consciousness. So ये बहस जो है वो द्वैत के दुनिया में है. In the अद्वैत दुनिया there is no बहस, कोई बहस ही नहीं है, कोई विवाद नहीं है. You are the one. The most important thing when you have a thought is to understand who is the thinker. Most important thing to know when you have a feeling is who is this that is feeling it? What is it that is feeling it? And when you are in touch with that, then all answers, all feelings, there is 100% clarity about which one is more important, which one is not important. And ultimately, all that is important is the I, which is the feeler of feelings and the thinker of the thoughts. And that is you. So ना ये है ना वो है, वही है, वो ही है. That is
वही है। सुना दीजिए क्या बात है।
अरे ये क्या हो रहा है?
नहीं हमें यदि हस्बैंड की पर्याप्त कमाई
तेरा मंगल, तेरा मंगल, इस धरती पे जन्म लिया है, सबका मंगल हो, तेरा मंगल, तेरा मंगल, तेरा मंगल हो। Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In everything, turn towards the I that I am, from which everything flows, where there are no two, where we are all one, where we are all in the same field of love, joy, connectedness. Enjoy, be well. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.